Well, hello, troopers, and welcome back to General Kenobi's Bunker. Thank you so much for joining me here on another fine Wednesday night. How's everybody doing? I hope that you are having an awesome first half of the week. I hope that you have been accomplishing everything you set out to do. But if nothing else, the weekend is almost here, man. Today is Wednesday, and tomorrow is Thursday, which already smells like Friday. So just hang on just a little bit more. Thank you again for all of those of you joining us, and those of you who will join us here in the near future. It is February 11th. You know what that means, people? 3 days till Valentine's, which really means you got like one more day to scramble, order some gifts, overnight them if you have to, do whatever you have to do. But you get those Valentine's gifts ready, okay? Don't say I didn't warn you, all right? You got a little bit of time, but you're cutting it close, okay? You're cutting it close. So yeah, I'd say you start getting on that, okay? Also, if you haven't made a reservation to the hottest restaurant in your town for Valentine's night, might as well give up. Valentine's is on Saturday this year, and it's already a popular day, of course, for going out to eat and going out to different clubs and restaurants and things like that. At least that's what my younger coworkers tell me. I don't know. I'm old. I don't know. I don't know none of that stuff. But the point is that if you need to make a reservation for you and your loved ones for Valentine's, just keep in mind it's on a Saturday and it's probably gonna be packed. All right. So you might better off on a Friday, although it's Friday the 13th. So whatever that says about going out to eat. But if nothing else, stay in. Let's cook something delicious. Maybe you can cook for your significant other. You can cook together. Make it very romantic. I saw this movie called Ghost, and they were doing pottery together, and that looked pretty romantic. I think. Um, Maybe try some pottery at home. I don't know. Just a thought. Just a thought. But yes, so get those Valentine's gifts ready, people. It is coming to be here very, very close to the mark. All right. Again, today's the 11th, so you got a couple of days tops. All right. So just keep that in mind. Okay. So once again, thank you so much for joining me here. Feels good. Feels good to be back on a regularly scheduled show here for the high ground. And today, we got a couple of topics that I want to talk about. But yeah, I think y'all know the main one. We'll dive into it in a little bit, but I do want to say hi to the chat first of all. So, just before the show started, we had Ultra in the house. What is going on, brother? Thank you so much for joining us, man. Appreciate you. We have Ultra with the target pickups. Nice. Good job. We got Pat's fan in the house. Hey, General Ultra. What is going on, man? Ultra saying hi to Pat's. Pat saying hi back. We got Martha saying hi. Pat saying hi to Martha. Ultra with the new iPad. Nice. Good job. Had it for 10 years, and my new and current iPad will not replace it. And it's a device where I will do action film photography and edits. Good job, man. Do need to get some more snacks. We'll be watching my Blood Valentine. Oh, nice. It's very underrated. We'll watch the Stellar Valentine's Day. Nice. That's a good way to do it. Have I seen my Bloody Valentine? I've seen my Bloody Valentine, the newer one, but I don't know about the 81 version now that you bring it up. Have I seen that one? Man, now I'm blanking out. I might have to check it out too. Okay, so nice. Ultra says Pat's fan. And also, since it's 2026, it's the 45th year anniversary of the OG My Bloody Valentine. There you go. That's not a bad way to spend the uh, evening, day again. Um, all of that sounds good to me. Yo, look who it is. We got Daniel from the Legacy of Nerd in the house. What is going on, brother? Thanks so much for joining us. Hey, Legacy's a Pats fan. Hot take: my Blood Banter movies are way better than Ghostface Scream movies, which I find very overrated. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I just saw the promo for what is it? Scream 7, is that right? And I'm gonna be real honest with you. I didn't know they had made it past 2. Okay, I remember the first one for sure. I think I remember the second one, and then I blinked, and 20 years have gone by, and apparently 6 movies. So yeah, there's a seventh one, which okay, yeah, I have to believe they're popular, right? If they're making 7 of them, um, but yeah, I don't know. I can't say yay or nay Ultra on that one because I honestly don't remember them. Ultra saying hi to the legacy of nerd. So yeah, get your Valentine stuff ready. All right, let's just get it out of the way. I don't want no tragedies. Ooh, I can't even talk. I think I need to take a little sippy sip. Mm. Okay, better, much better. All right. Once again, I hope your week has been going great. All right. So I'm gonna do a little bit of catching up here on a couple of things that I wanted to talk about last week. And as I told you guys, last week was kind of crazy at work. But the point is that I didn't end up streaming on a regularly scheduled Wednesday, but we did have a little, late night hangout on Saturday. I'm really thinking about bringing those back. Those are fun. They're relaxed. Everybody's just in chilling out, hanging out, and yeah, everybody's just enjoying and winding down their Saturday. So we might have to make it a recurring thing. Um, okay, let me look up here this article that I wanted to show you guys first. Well, actually, I wanted to catch up on this guy here. Let me share very quickly because I think this is long overdue. Okay, so we got the pre-order. How can I do this better? Let's do it like that. Okay, so we got the pre-order of Plo Koon from Hot Toys, and this dude looks dope. All right. In case you don't know who Plo Koon is, what are you guys doing? It's our favorite Keldor. All right. So he was a Jedi. He's the one responsible for finding Ahsoka, in case you don't remember. And he is also Dave Filoni's favorite character. So I'm sure he has like 20 of these already on pre order. And he probably has a few prototypes of this thing. So you do get a bunch of accessories, with Hot Toys, of course, including the gauntlets and stuff like that to make him look like he did in the Clone Wars show, which I kind of love. So check it out right there. Look at that. That looks very, very good. The face sculpt, if we can call it that, because remember, he is wearing a breathing apparatus. Looks really good. I mean, of course, the body, I'm sure they got it down to a T. I love the way they did his. Remember, he has 4 fingers. I don't know if you can tell there on the picture. Look at that. That looks so good. Check out the details on the mask. That's what got me. Highly detailed, as we know, Hot Toys can be. I'm not gonna say they always are. I'm not gonna say they're 100%, always accurate or always very, very detailed. But this one looks very, very nice. And so I thought this was definitely worth mentioning. Of course, you can go for the more classic look like he did in the movies, but that right there looks awesome. So he had this sort of like vest robe, like he doesn't have like the full on like flowing arms. He's got like like a vest with a hoodie. I don't know. He looks very cool. His character design has always been one of the coolest, in my opinion, for the Jedi. Look at that. He looks awesome. Um, very original looking, very alien looking, but at the same time, they always portrayed him very like soft spoken and almost in a fatherly figure, if I can say that. Um, but anyway, so he looks great. There he is with Kid Fisto and with his boys the uh, from the wolf pack. So there, right there to his right, our left, is Commander Wolf, of course. So look at that. That looks very, very awesome. So yeah, that's basically everything you get. Of course, you can basically set them up into the two different looks. Um, you get you get a bunch of hands. Of course, you get a couple of lightsabers, one regular, one with the USB connection for his blade to light up. And again, I think he looks very, very good. Um, but yeah, so let me know if you have already pre-ordered this guy. He is $280 for pre-order. If I remember correctly, this guy should be dropping where is it? Where is it? Should be dropping fairly soon, I thought. Here we go. Expected to ship February of 2026 to March of 2026. So basically, you might be able to pre-order and he might ship out like the next day. So this one is very cool. I'm not gonna lie, this one is very tempting for me because he's one of my favorite characters too. Um, again, just a very cool looking design. Again, the details on the face sculpt looked amazing. His mask looks amazing, and of course his Clone Wars version. To be honest, I think that's what got me. This dude right here looks very, very cool. So yeah, let me know if you guys get it. Let me know if you guys have pre-ordered it. If anybody already got it early, let me know because I'm curious to see if it actually looks as good as he does on the promo images, which I think they did a good job, by the way. They've been getting better with their promotional images, in my opinion. Excuse me. Yeah, there we go. Got my man right there. This one is more based on episode 2, which, hey, nothing wrong with that. Comes with his little droid that he holds onto. That'd be a pretty cool pose, actually. The hair, I don't believe is actual, I think this one's molded. But I think he looks good. Overall, he looks good. I would like for him to have a couple of different expressions, though. I think, his expressions are very basic, but it does look pretty good for it being the episode 2 version. And then we have the Artisan edition, and this dude looks a little bit like Space Jesus, if you ask me. I think that would be the pose that I would put him on. See, now that looks very cool. I really like that. Of course, with his Jedi robe and the droid for some reason. Again, hanging out with the droid. I like that. That reminds me of the promo art. That, again, it will be that or this one, I think, will be the ones that I would pose him in. I like how they did it like this because these are straight from the episode 2 promo pictures. If you guys are old enough to remember those are basically his poses. So this one is with some actual hair. I believe this is wool. Can I zoom in on this thing? Nope. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's what the Artisan edition is, and the price difference is considerable. So the collector edition is 285 buckles. The Artisan edition is $420. So yeah, that's quite a bit. Yeah, there you go. Wool hair implantation. Ooh, I like that. Limited to 3,500 units, but very cool. I don't know if he's worth the price tag for me in particular. I'm a huge Obi-Wan fan, as you know, but yeah, I don't know. There's just something that not quite nails the look. Again, that's just my personal opinion. But let me know if you bought it, if you already got it. This one seems to be sold out, so you got a wait list, and this one's still up for pre-order. Expected later on this year, April, between April and September. And this guy doesn't say. I'm gonna go ahead and assume just about the same. So if anybody gets it, let me know. Let me know how it is. All right. So, what's the last hot toy y'all picked up? For me, it has been a big while. It has been a big while. You guys know that I don't collect hot toys per se, but I do have a few already, of course. Let's see. Let me catch up here with the chat. Where are we? Where are we? Luis saying hi. Hey, Luis says Pat's fan. Very cool, says Pat's fan. I'm trying to stick with Sits. Nice. Hello there, says Janine. What's going on, Janine? Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Good to see you. John Ryan said he looks like Mark. That is hilarious. That is hilarious because it's true. He totally does. Janine says Pat's fan. Hey, John says Pat's fan. Janine says hi to Kent. Says miss you. Whoop. Miss you as well, says Pat's fan. General Kenobi says Archer, our good friend from Nerd Affiliated. Appreciate you joining, man. Thank you. Hey, Nerd, says Pat's fan. Archer, says Janine. Ultra says, I have not owned a hot toy due to limited room space. And if I was going to get one, I would love to get my hands on a hot toy Snake Eyes. Oh, yeah. Good point. Good point. Yeah, like I said, I don't collect hot toys really, but I have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe. Dang. Okay, yeah. Some very, very overdue for unboxings. By the way, I'm trying to get better at those. To be honest with you, tonight I'm gonna finish editing something for Micro Galaxy Squadron. I've been doing really, really bad with my reviews, guys. I know that nobody watches them, but they're still kind of fun to do for me. And I do have a lot of stuff that I actually want to open. So, it's kind of a win win. So, yeah, stay tuned for more reviews here on the channel. Also, while on that topic, let me know anytime you guys want to drop a line, to on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. Let me know any suggestions you guys think would be kind of fun, for the channel to do for content. There's a couple of things I want to try out this year, but I'm always looking for feedback. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Let's see, Sideshow Greedo still kind of counts. Oh yeah, absolutely. The Sideshow. Let me see. Can we see that? Oh, they're doing K-pop Demon Hunters. Interesting. Very interesting. The kid is gonna want those. Oh, this is pretty nice. The Greedo. Waitlisted. Check it out. This is the collector edition, and this is the exclusive. Very nice. I do like the blue milk. Man, the colors on him are really good. Are those actually how he looks, Janine? Oh, they sell a box. I'm gonna buy myself a box. What does the box have? Oh, playing cards. I like the box actually. I don't know if it's worth $100 for me, but I do like the box. This one is the colors on him, Janine, are pretty dope. So he's waitlisted 280 for the exclusive and the same for the collector's edition, but he's also out of stock right now. So yeah, keep checking if you're interested. But that looks very cool, and it totally counts, Janine. Ultra says maybe do a giveaway again in the near future. Yes, To be quite honest with you, I mean, I'm glad you brought it up. I've been wanting to do one for a while, but I was, uh, or I am, I should say, I was waiting to do a 10K on YouTube, giveaway. We're still a little bit far away from that. Like I said this before, and it's true. Last year was great for the channel in terms of content, but that didn't necessarily translate exactly to the numbers, of subscribers. So we're very close to 9,000 here on General Economics Bunker. So, by the way, share the channel with people you think would enjoy it. I really appreciate it. But I have a lot of ideas of what I would like to do for a 10,000 subscribers giveaway. Um, Hopefully that happens, soon. I think it would be incredibly awesome if it could happen in May, which is kind of Star Wars month, right? First of all, it's my birthday. I mean, just with that, right? But it's also May the 4th. It's also the month that Star Wars is coming back to theaters after 9 freaking years. So, yes, I would love to do a giveaway. Like I said, I have a few ideas, and it would be kind of a big giveaway, if I'm being honest. But maybe we don't have to wait, right? Maybe we can do one at 9,000. Um, but yeah, it would. Yeah, I'm totally down for that, Ultra. Thank you for your feedback, by the way. Oh, you have a giveaway planned. Nice, very good. Yes, he's amazing. Nice. Yeah, that griddle looks really good. Um, Fortunately, it was revealed MTL Elite Legends 29 is online only. That sucks. Therefore, giveaway of the iTunes and of course on hold for the meantime. No worries, man. I'm sure you can work something out. So, okay, let's jump onto a little bit of a topic here. So, speaking of Star Wars coming back to theaters, um, yeah. So, last Sunday, it was the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, I don't know, 50 something, probably 60 by now. I have no idea. I don't follow sports. Anyway, that's not the important part. The Super Bowl is never the important part. The ads are the important part. All right. The reveals during the ads is what really matters here. Not the sportsmanship, not the hundreds of millions of dollars spent, but the TV ads. Now, leading up to it, we all heard the same thing. We are going to get a Mandalorian and Grogu trailer, right? During the Super Bowl. Plain and simple, that's what was broadcasted out there. Um, and that was the expectation. And and let me tell you why that made sense to me. Because they've been showing Mandalorian and Grogu trailers when you go watch Avatar. What is that last one? Fire and Water, or Fire and cigarettes, whatever it is. That last one, the last Avatar, um, the Blue Cat's Avatar, not the last Airbender, which I'm super excited for. By the way, season 2. I really want to watch that. So yes, if you went to the movies to see Avatar again, the one with the fire, you would see the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. And to be honest, it's been leaked out there, right? So if you really really want to see those trailers, it won't be hard to find them. But I was actually holding off. I've been avoiding as much as I can watching the trailer because I was like, no, I want to see it proper. I want to see it basically when everybody else sees it. I'm not a huge fan of Avatar, the Blue Cats. I saw the first one, 20 years ago in theaters, and that was it. I wasn't really hooked on it. I watched the second one. It took me like 3 days, like 3 separate days, because it was it was a chore. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like it took a lot for me to finish it, and I just wanted to say that I did finish it, so that I could say that I saw it. Didn't much care for it. And then from what I have seen and from people that I know that have seen it, kind of the same thing, right? So I'm not in a super hurry to watch this last one. So all of this is just to say that I didn't go to the theater to watch it. So I was like, okay, I want to watch the trailer, pretty much with everybody else. So as every other content creator out there in in the Star Wars space, I was ready to do my reaction and I was trying to time it and everything. I was not watching the game, and then I just see that StarWars.com posted this little short, and it was titled the big game spot or something like that, and then we got something for about 30 seconds, and then it was gone. And I wondered, apparently, like many other people, if that was it, right? Yeah. So just in case you have not seen it, I figure we watch it here quickly. Um, and y'all let me know. Whoops, y'all let me know what you think. So this is it. This is the Super Bowl spot, right, for the Mandalorian Grogu that was aired during the Super Bowl. So here we go.
Sometimes we choose our path.
Those were loud.
Other times the path chooses us. Through it all, we keep pushing forward, driven by a deeper purpose, guided by an unseen force. The journey never gets any easier. The bond just gets harder to break. This is the way.
Only in theaters and IMAX May 22nd.
Boom. That was it. That was this thing started on its own. That was it. And so, okay, let me start off by saying that I liked it. Okay, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a little bit funny, kind of tongue in cheek. It definitely reminded me of like other, other TV spots, right? That they were aired like before, or old school ones, I should say. But I will say that I was also a little bit disappointed. Okay, I was a little bit disappointed that was it. Again, I don't have a problem with the TV spot. It's nice, it's cute. We get tauntauns, which is awesome, in what seems to be Hoth, which is also awesome. Because if you guys don't remember, we haven't seen Hoth since 1980, right? In the movies, so if that's it, that's very dope. Of course, tauntauns, same thing, very popular, as made popular in Return in Empire Strikes Back. So I like all of it. Like I said, except the fact that was it for the Super Bowl. I was expecting a little bit more. Again, more in line of like a trailer, or like I would have taken a little, behind the scenes type of thing. Just something a little bit more related to the movie itself. And so I was like, all right, not exactly what I was expecting. Again, it's cool and all, but you know, I didn't feel like it was worth the hype. All right. But man, apparently I was not alone in my train of thought, and apparently I was pretty mild in my reaction, because holy smokes, the fandom went up in arms. All right. The fandom was definitely not happy about it. So yeah, I keep seeing, all that day, all that night, plenty of posts from people saying, what the heck was that? Why would they waste money like that? Who approved this? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And again, I think I kind of get where they're coming from. Like I said, I was disappointed in the sense of not the content. Again, I don't know how to explain it. It's not what was shown. It was the fact that that was shown during the Super Bowl when I thought we were gonna get something a lot cooler than that. At least a little bit lengthier, like a 1 minute trailer. And so, um, yeah, a lot of unhappy fans. Of course, they had to be unhappy, right? Like we could not enjoy it. But I will say this before I go any further. I also saw a lot of fans, right? A lot of content creators in the Star Wars space, um, saying that, um, how can you hate this TV spot? And they started posting things like, "Oh, look at the advertisement for episode 1 and look at the advertisement for this, so awful, and you still liked it, and blah blah blah. And so you're not a real fan. Like, how can you be, angry at this, or how can you hate this and stuff?" And I'm sorry, but I don't fully agree with that. Okay, just because you didn't care for the TV spot doesn't mean you're hating on it. All right, that's the problem. People can't take the middle ground anymore. It's got to be one or the other. um so I didn't care for that, sort of, I didn't care for that, how can I say it, opinion, I guess, either. And I did see a couple of, big content creators go through this. And I was this close on commenting on like two of them that were just hammering down, like, you guys are not real Star Wars fans. If you hate on this, then don't even show up to the movie. How can you say you're disappointed, blah, blah. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, it's a valid, opinion, right? We are all entitled to our opinion. You might not agree with it, and that's absolutely fine. But you don't have to call out people saying they're not fans because they didn't like the TV spot. So, yeah, I don't know. Eh, I thought I was a little bit annoyed by that rhetoric as well. Um, Again, maybe because I fall kind of the middle. I'm kind of a middle lane type of guy in this one. Um, so I kind of felt both sides were too much. Um, but apparently the dislike was pretty vocal. Okay, the dislike was um pretty strong, I guess. And yeah, there was some communication from Disney. But before we jump into that, let me jump back here into the chat because I am falling behind. Um, let's see, we got LGP. What is going on, man? Saying greetings, masters. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Hey, LGP, says Pat's fan. Didn't care for it, says Pat's fan. And again, that's fine. Um, Although I did like the tauntaun too, right? That was cool. John says the fandom will never be happy. They'll waste money because they have it. They have it point blank, and influence post good opinions because they're under the radar with Disney. Yeah, there's definitely some truth to that. It doesn't give us any content to the movie. Yep. I liked it, but then again, I had the biggest chill. Like I said, guys, I liked it too, but I was disappointed that that was it for the Super Bowl. So if you had just given me that exact same thing, right? Um, Posted it on social media, yeah, I would have liked it, right? It would have been perfectly fine. I think nobody would have said anything. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, this was great." Moving on. But the fact that it was the Super Bowl trailer, right? Um, I think that kind of, again, for me personally, that's what kind of disappointed me. not the content, just it took the spot of what I thought was going to be something bigger. I think that's the best way I can describe it. Um, and yes, there were choices made in this short. Okay, um, and of course, since then, a lot of people have posted examples of what it was mimicking. It was mimicking like old, like beer, Super Bowl TV spots from before. Um, and that's fine. Like I said, I enjoyed that. I didn't pinpoint, to the specifically to like the beer theme, but I did get a sense of, yeah, it's like it's a bit of a spoof, right? It's a bit of a satire on other, Super Bowl TV spots. But yeah, it it got Disney to talk. It got Disney to talk. Apparently, well, first of all, apparently the short was directed also by John Favreau, just like the movie, and I read somewhere that it cost anywhere from 10 to 12 million dollars to air, right? Which is a lot of money. And I'm wondering if that's why they made it 35 seconds long and not, a minute and 35 seconds long. Because we all know advertising on the Super Bowl, that's a whole other, game. Um, so yeah, I do wonder if that's why they kept it kind of short. Janine says, I think the dislike was the length. Yeah, like I said, I was hoping for something more, for sure. Pat's fan says, sounded like Sam Elliott was the narrator. Yes, very much so. I believe he is officially. Let me double check that. But I could have sworn I saw his name on it, which is something I love, by the way. Let me see. Sam Elliott provides the voiceover narration for the Super Bowl 2026 trailer for the upcoming Mandalorian and Grogu. There you go. Yeah. Which now I kind of want to see Sam Elliott, cameo in the movie. Yeah, that man can narrate anything, and I'll be happy with it. So again, it's part of the stuff that I did like for the short. But it seems that the fans, of course, were very vocal, and it seems that Disney had to come up and say something about it. So this is a statement from Jackson George, VP of Creative Marketing. It says, Grogu is more than a character. He's a pop culture phenomenon. Riding alongside the heroic Mandalorian, he brings likeness, humor, joy, and an instant emotional connection that transcends the moment. This big game spot celebrates how deeply we love and connect with these characters, reminds us of the fun, heart, and spectacle that defines Star Wars, and offers a bite-sized promise of the experience audiences will get when they see these two beloved icons on the big screen. Basically, you should have liked it because Grogu's in it, and we didn't show you anything else because we don't got anything else. I'm just kidding. Also, another statement by Ryan Stankiewicz, who is the marketing lead regarding the Super Bowl. He felt it was iconic, cinematic. It says, our creative and marketing team landed on a unique concept that gave a nod to classic big game spots of years past. It captured the warmth, humor, and emotional connection between these two beloved characters and was the perfect next step for our campaign as we lead up to the big screen debut this summer. Yeah, the article goes on to say that fans are kind of, a little bit concerned that the PR machine is not churning, as much as it did on previous theatrical releases, and that this definitely doesn't seem to be a good omen, right, for things to come. Um, so, and of course, we got plenty of pretty fun, posts here, which I thought was funny because when I saw it posted on I think it was Instagram when I first saw it. I think it was Instagram, and there was already a lot of comments, on the post, and of course, Instagram highlights the ones from your friends. And the first one that I saw underneath the post, right, Lucasfilm's post, is Tony from Star Wars Sith, and his comment was like, "So was this just a warm up for the actual trailer later today, or what?" Which I thought basically summed up my feelings perfectly. Let's see. Fan says, "I'm a Sam Elliott fan as well." Yeah, man, he's freaking cool. LGP says this was a parody made for casual Star Wars movie going audiences, which makes up for more than 80% total box office at the end of the day. Um, Look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter if people liked or disliked this TV spot. They're talking about it. All right, which is exactly what you want from a campaign perspective. You generate buzz. People are definitely looking up Mandalorian and Grogu trailer, left and right. I think the video has something like 3 million views. Let me check that before I speak out of term. 3.1 million views in 3 days, right? So it doesn't matter in really if people didn't like it that much. It's doing its job. It's getting uh it's getting attention drawn to the project. And yes, it might not be the best kind of attention, but it's attention nonetheless. And that's what marketing is for, right? They're definitely looking up the product. They're more aware of it. I bet you a lot of people now are a lot more aware, of when the movie releases, which is May 22nd of this year. So, job well done, maybe. I don't know. Maybe these guys are geniuses like that. We will get the new trailer soon. I mean, now, of course, we will get it. Love Sam Elliott. He is super cool. Do you guys remember when he was? Hold on, before I speak. As I could have sworn it's him. Sam Elliott. Yes. Okay. I just wanted to double check my memory. But do you guys remember when Sam Elliott was Ghost Rider in that first Ghost Rider movie with Nicolas Cage? I freaking lost it when that happened. And he actually turns into Ghost Rider. I'll pull up an image here. In case you guys don't fully remember that. Let me see. Can I show it here? Yeah, so this is this is him in Ghost Rider. He's kind of like the OG Ghost Rider, in that movie. So he's kind of the one that teaches Nicolas Cage a thing or two. But as you can see, he doesn't have a bike. He has a horse, and the horse does catch on fire, which I thought was chef's kiss. But yeah, I love Sam Elliott. I mean, so again, that part was super super cool. The Tauntauns was very cool. We definitely didn't get to see much of Grogu or Mando really, but the Tauntauns are awesome. And if it's Hoth, that's freaking awesome too. So again, a lot of good things that were shown on the short, right? It was pretty short. So so yeah, that's what happened during Super Bowl. Um, definitely fans were not happy. And of course, some other people had to defend too much, a little bit too much. When you're defending something too much, I think you gotta start thinking if it's worth defending, right? Or maybe you need to rethink your strategy. If I was Disney, I think I would have left it alone. To be honest, again, it's doing its job. It's definitely getting people to look up Mandalorian and Grogu, to see that the end of the spot, where they announced the date for the movie. So, um, will we get a new trailer? Yeah, of course we have to. I mean, now for sure we have to. Probably now they're gonna do it sooner rather than later. Um, but like I said, I didn't even need an actual trailer. Just maybe like a behind the scenes, on the action sequence. Maybe Fabro and Filoni talking about the movie a little bit. Just something to do with the actual movie, right? I think that would have been better for the Super Bowl, and then release something like this later on. But it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not in I'm not in marketing, so what do I know? Uh, Maybe if you guys work in marketing or study marketing, all of you guys are going like, dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. This was perfection, right? Like this was what you want an ad campaign to be. I don't know. It could be. It could be. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. How many times have you watched the TV spot? I've watched it about 4 times, I think. So I have contributed to that. 3.1 million views. Um, so yeah, it was interesting to say the least. Of course, we have big content creators coming out to both attack and defend. And again, all I can tell you guys is you are entitled to your opinion. You don't have to agree with me, just like I don't have to agree with you. Um, I'm still gonna watch the movie. I can guarantee you that, unless unless I've moved on and shed this mortal coil, I'm definitely gonna watch the movie. I think pretty much everyone here is gonna watch the movie, so it's not like we're saying we're gonna boycott it based on this TV spot, right? But again, you don't have to like it. Uh, but we are talking about it. That's for sure. So again, let me know down in the comments, what did you think about it? Was it everything you hoped for? Do you think that it was an original idea? Again, I did. I just think it was not the right spot to put it on. Uh, and you know, are you turned off watching the movie because of it? Pat Span says that's the beauty of this community. Don't have to agree. Exactly, man. We don't have to agree, and yet we'd still be, hanging out. We'd still be friends. We'd still be collaborating. We'd still be part of a community, and nothing has to change just because you didn't care for the TV spot. I did, or I didn't, and you did. It's all good. Again, all opinions are valid, as long as we remain respectful, of course, right? And that's what, again, I know I'm going on about it too much, but that's something that kind of did tick me off a little bit. um because like I said, some Star Wars content creators were saying like, no, if you don't like this, like you're hating on Star Wars, don't even go watch the movie and stuff. I'm like, dude, pump the brakes. Like, come on. It's a TV spot. We're making fun of it because it wasn't exactly what we wanted, but we're moving on. We're still gonna watch the movie. We still love Star Wars at the end of the day. So, you know, pump it up, pump the brakes. Pat says, nah, still, no, still going to go see it. Just disappointing what they gave us. Agreed. I actually agree with that. So yes, Mandalorian and Grogu coming up May 22nd of this year. Ooh, so close. So close. We do have a few things, from here to there to hold us up. Remember, in April, we do have Maul Shadow Lord premiering, 2 episodes per week for 5 weeks leading up to May the 4th. I'm still hoping we get a Tales of something, in May. Tales of the Mandalorians. That'd be kind of cool, even though we've seen plenty of Mandalorian stories daily. I'm still down for that. A Tales of Grogu. Maybe we get a little bit more backstory before we watch the movie. I think that would be pretty sweet and would make a great, great idea before they release the movie. So the fans and audiences are a little bit more familiar with the backstory. maybe they can intertwine into the storyline of the movie. I don't know. I kind of like that actually. So Tales of Grogu, I would watch that. Tales of the Mandalorian, same thing. Maybe we expand a little bit on the backstory for Din Djarin. We've seen a fair share in the show, but we don't know everything that he went on to do, right? Since he was a kid, picked up. So I think we're gonna get one of those. I'm really hopeful we get one of those this year. We got Is Collects in the house saying, "Hey everyone, what is going on, brother? Thanks so much for joining us." Is says Pat's fan. So yeah, guys, we got some good stuff coming up. Of course, we're gonna get Ahsoka season 2 towards the end of this year. Okay, I think towards the end of this year, they might surprise us and premiere a lot sooner, which would be cool as well. Um, and if you're visiting, Galaxy's Edge in Los Angeles, remember, starting from April 29th, so basically just before May 4th, we are gonna have original trilogy characters, walking around. So very, very cool. So yeah, guys, we are ramping up finally. It's been it's a little bit calm, right? It's been a little bit calm when it comes to Star Wars the last few months, I'm gonna go ahead and say. But we're ramping up. I think it's gonna be a good year for Star Wars. Star Wars back in theaters is finally happening, and I'm all for it. I'm super excited about it. I just wish they did a little bit better on that actual trailer. And again, if you really want to watch the trailer that was shown with Avatar, um, I'm pretty sure you can find it fairly easily. Okay, I've seen a couple of posts on social media back in December when I guess when they premiered, in theaters. So yeah, I don't think you would have a hard time if you really wanted to watch it. But yeah, let me know. Let me know down in the comments if you had already seen it. Um, like I said, I was holding off because I wanted to see the one for the Super Bowl. I wanted that one to be sort of my official, view. Last thing I want to cover here, something that I saw that made me pretty happy, and it was this one right here. Nope, not this one. I'm sorry. Where is it? Oh man, I lost it. Yes, here we go. Ads. Okay. So a couple of weeks back, a pretty cool collab happened here with Adam Savage visiting um, the art department for Lucasfilm. So basically,
used to make the prequel trilogy.
He got to see a lot of the stuff that they got, and he got to hang out with the awesome Dog Chang, which I thought was just brilliant. I love this. Um, to me, they're very, very similar. In terms of their love for the creation, for props, for a little bit of engineering, really, a little bit of engineering thrown in there. And so I thought this episode was great. I don't know if you guys have seen it. If not, it is on Adam Savage's. Oof, can't even talk today, man. It is on Adam Savage Tested channel here on YouTube. I do encourage you to see it. It's got some very, very cool stuff. Obviously, he gets to hang out, in the studios. Dog Chang, is an absolute legend. In case you don't know who he is the art designer for basically everything from just before uh, episode 1. He designed many ships, many characters, including here. Let me see if I can get this shot. Including the clone troopers, which by the way, Real Robot did come out with a maquette not that long ago. with his signature too. Anyway, Doug Chang has done a bunch of stuff, for Star Wars, for ILM in general, but of course for Star Wars in our context here. And so Adam Savage got to hang out with him, got to talk to him about the process, some of the props, of course, some of the designs, how he goes about, some of his creations. And he obviously got to see a lot of cool stuff. Check these out. Come on, man. That's for the battle droids. So he is, the designer of the clankers. So check it out. I think it was a great episode. Again, it's on YouTube, on Adam Savage Tested channel, inside the Star Wars art department from a couple weeks ago. I do believe it's a worthy watch. There's a lot of very cool stuff. I had the pleasure and the privilege of meeting Doug Chang in Japan, right, for celebration last year. Can you guys believe it's been 10 months? It's about to be 1 year since we went. And I don't like to think about it because it makes me very sad that I'm not there. I miss it. It was super cool. But yeah, so we got to meet Doug Chang, which was amazing. He's great, and I hope he does a lot more conventions as a guest. Really, he has done like a bunch of conventions as a speaker and things like that, but never really like as a guest, as in like um signing autographs and taking pictures and things like that. So yeah, I think that episode was pretty good. All right, so before we leave, I do want to cover this very quickly as well. We got an announcement from our friends over at Rebel Scum Con. We are gonna have a new guest from Andor and technically from Rogue One first. So Alistair Petria, and I'm butchering his name. I apologize. But if you remember, he played General Draven in Rogue One first, and then he came back for Andor, right? So remember, he's basically the boss of the Yavin 4 base, like rebel base, right? So he was one of the military leaders. He was basically Cassian Andor's commanding officer. So he's gonna be at Rebels Comic Con this August in Texas. Make sure that you guys are checking out, the listing for his tickets. Also, in that sense, the VIP passes have sold out for Rebels Comic Con Part 3. So, hopefully you guys got them if you were looking for them. And if not, well, I'm sorry to say that they have sold out. They still got plenty of passes, so don't fear for that. And like I said, they are announcing some guests. Definitely, in case you haven't seen it, we got Latif, of course. We got Brandon Wayne, so 2/3 of the Mandalorian right there. We also got Rose Dignan, who worked very early on with Industrial Light and Magic. And again, today, just a little while ago, we got Alistair announced. So check it out. Make sure that you are following them on social media so that you know when they are posting new guests for their show. And check out rebelscomconventions.com so that you buy your tickets if you haven't. And if you already did, then you can check it out to keep up with the schedule and the tickets available for their guests. So pretty cool. It's shaping up to be a great show this year. I should be out there, in August, pretty much the whole duration of the show. So if you guys are coming down to Texas, let me know. That's gonna be pretty fun. Let's see. Let me jump back here into the chat before we take off. Is saying hi to Ken. Hey, we got Star Wars Gazer in the house. What's going on, brother? Thank you so much for joining us. Saying, hey, man. Hey, Gazer, Pats fan. What's up, Pats fan? How are you? Well, great stream tonight. Unfortunately, I have to be working morning for 5. Oof. So off bed. Good night, everyone, and much respect. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for always hanging out. I'm good, Gazer. I'm good, man. Great to be back for sure, man. How are you, man? Says Gazer 2 John Ryan. Alrighty, troopers, that is gonna do it for tonight's episode of The High Ground. Again, thank you so much for joining me here. I appreciate you hanging out. I appreciate, you sharing your opinions, especially with something that was a little bit divisive as the Super Bowl ad, right, for Mandalorian and Grogu. But once again, I just want to say it one more time, just because we agree or disagree on, if we liked it or didn't like it, that doesn't make anybody any less of a fan. All right. We can enjoy Star Wars in general and be, of different opinions on a specific item. That doesn't mean we're not a community anymore. Okay. So don't forget that. All right. There's a lot out there trying to tear us apart. Don't let it. Let's be good to one another and remember that we're all here to have fun and be respectful. And also, last thing, more PSA, right? But Valentine's, guys, Valentine's is right on the corner. You can still put in a rush order, if you need a gift. If you're gonna try and make a reservation, I would say you definitely get on that. Valentine's falls on a Saturday this year, and that just complicates things even further. So, best of luck to all of you out there. Thank you again for joining me. I will catch you on the next one. May the force be with y'all.